What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Power of I Am. I am Eric. I am all that is. I am love. I am perfection. I am always chosen. I am everyone's top priority. No one is better than me. No one compares to me. Claim it. I'm a little out of breath. Just came out of a workout. I'm not going to yell today, guys. I'm not going to yell. Mixing it up. You know, a lot of you guys, oh, he's in the car, he's going to yell. It's going to be entertaining. It might still be entertaining, but I'm going to get my point across with stillness. All right, so today's video, well, first of all, if anyone wants to work with me, the link is in the description. If anyone wants to join the membership channel where you can access the weekly live streams and ask me anything you want, and I will always have an answer. Link is also in the description. It's also tier 2, has all the exclusive videos and live streams. Link is in the description. All right. Today I want to talk about alignment. Again, whenever I'm in the car, guys, just a fair warning, I may go off in tangents because I'm just doing it off the top of my head. I never really have a script for my videos, just what comes off the top of my head. And then if there's scripture involved, you know, I can get really deep into it. You know, I'll wait, sit in the office and do it. But sometimes, you know, I just feel like doing it now. So I want to talk about alignment, right? A well-oiled machine, like the Terminator, right? A well-oiled machine. Now, even a car, right? Even a car, if it has, you know, something preventing it from being a well-oiled machine, things start to go wrong, right? All right, I love the car analogies, and it's like, if one piece of that vehicle is not functioning properly, it might struggle to get you where you want to go. It might fucking break down on you, right? But also in the same sense, you want to know how a vehicle works, because if you don't know how the vehicle works, it can be pretty dangerous, right? Like, everyone wants to know how something works, so be able to use it properly in order to achieve the results it was meant for, including reality. So that's why I always say, you know, you got to understand how reality works. You just go in blind and just focus on to get more than understanding that reality shows you who you are, who you're being, the identity that has the thing. You may struggle, or you may struggle to sustain that thing. I mean, because techniques can keep you in that awareness. They're a tool to keep you in that awareness. Sometimes even force yourself in that awareness, right? So you may materialize certain things, right? So things like objects and things like that, they're not going to run away. Like, if I, you know, use a technique over and over and over again to get a bottle of whiskey, right? The whiskey's not going to run away from me. But love may, money might, something that's a consistent flow, because everything's consciousness. You guys understand, when I say self-concept, yeah, you're the fucking man, you're the goddess, you're the king, you're the queen. You guys all are. You guys are all kings and queens. You guys are all one with the Most High. You guys are all that is. And a part of the reason you struggle is because you don't recognize yourself as that. But it's also, since we're all consciousness and we only experience ourselves, we only experience our own perception of reality. There's 8 billion of us, and all of us have our own experience, right? We also got to understand that it's how we see the world and how the world works for us as a whole in certain areas, how we've always experienced love, how we've always experienced relationships, how we've always experienced finances, whether we're in lack all the time, how we experience family dynamics, friendships. That's all concept of self, right? And if you have a certain desire, or you want your whole life glow up, you as an identity, if reality flows through and as you accept that, you want to have a well-oiled machine. Because if something is faulty, reality is going to show you that. You may get bits and pieces of greatness, but there'll be some areas of your life that are like, why? Why is this area still fucking with me? Why is this area still that way? Because you're not you haven't addressed the concept of self. That's a part of your being that you literally transmit. I said before, like a spiritual disease to everyone. But you can also look at it like, if there's certain aspects of an area that you haven't worked on yourself, it's almost like never showering, never bathing yourself, and everyone can smell you and they distance themselves. Like money will distance yourself. If you still have a lack identity, and you're affirming or doing things for money, how is the flow going to be consistent if you're constantly aware and afraid to pay things or let it go? You need to be just as good to let it go as you are to receive it, because you're the one that always has more than enough. And if you are that identity, then you must perceive the world from that identity. And if you don't, you're not in alignment with who you chose to be. You're not a well-oiled machine, a well-oiled being, and therefore mixed bag. I made a video on this called Devil's Cocktail, right? Very underrated video. You guys should check that out. Reality is just going to show you every bits and piece of fucking everything of who you are. Now again, to those who are like, you don't need to address yourself, you don't need to do that. Okay. For you, I guess. But it's a disservice to tell people that, right? Especially when they try to say it benefits them if they make you want, if they're telling you all the time to build yourself up. I'm sorry. It only benefits me. I give everything up. I don't hide a damn thing. Me personally, you must be talking about someone else that talks about the same thing I do. I just say, hey, you guys want to work with me? It's there. Hey, you want the membership? It's fucking there. I don't gotta fucking promote myself anywhere. I don't gotta do anything. I don't gotta be in every platform. Right? I don't gotta regurgitate the same shit all the time. I just talk about the same thing because it's very simple. And that's how I turn my life around. And I know from experience, if you don't focus on yourself, reality is always going to end up showing who you are. Because you can only experience, you can only see the world through the eyes of who you chose to be, of who you currently are being, and sometimes from an unconscious level. So now, again, I'll say this to these people who say you don't need the self-concept, which is mind-boggling to me. Let's neglect self. How do you expect reality to change? How do you expect reality to prioritize you and give you the world if you don't give yourself the world, if you don't prioritize yourself? How can you expect all this love in return from that one person you want that keeps running from you if you don't love yourself? Everything is a mirror from you. So it's just mind-boggling how people pick and choose how the mirror concept works. So if someone says something to put certain things down, just ask yourself, where they're coming from. What are they trying to do? Go check them out. All right, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. I don't even have to say. Right? And then another thing you guys are gonna you have to understand, and I made a video about this on members side yesterday. Stop using resistance as a fucking excuse. Yeah, I said it. And there's gonna be some of you that will immediately throw circumstance. I don't give a shit about your circumstance. Your circumstance isn't special. There's people that overcome worse. There's people that have overcome bullet wounds, cancerous tumors, all from going within and already being that person. Right? So if reality shows you who you are and you've been a certain way, let's say for 35 years, right? 35 years. You've thought the same way. You've carried on the same collective beliefs, the same stories of how the world works for you. You've only ever experienced love this way. You've only ever experienced money this way, to the point where you hate people that have more money than you. Right? You then victimized yourself. You then pointed that very thing that you wanted to experience as evil, as an excuse, as fate, when you were just afraid to change your internal being. The second you felt resistance, you gave up. What the fuck? This doesn't work. Resistance is a good thing, guys. How do you expect to challenge yourself and change? How do you expect to be a new person, a new identity with no resistance? The fact that you don't feel resistance is showing you that nothing is changing. We're talking about life glow-ups here, by the way, guys. Again, this is life glow-ups. This is like going from almost in the street to grossing millions. This is never experiencing love, coming from abuse, experiencing depression, all of these things, and coming out of that and experiencing a whole new world. That includes desires. That includes everything. You can have anything you want. This is from the level I'm speaking. Again, material things, yeah, easy peasy, right? But when you've been a certain way, these things basically own you. They control you. You're under its wing. You're under the wing of depression. You're under the wing of these things that basically change your internal being, control your emotions, and whatever controls your emotions controls your reality, because anything that can control your inner, shift you out of your who you said you were, controls your reality, because reality shows you who you are being, right? So you must first be that person internally, have it internally. And someone brought to my attention that, like, there's people are using resistance for tabloid thumbnails, for clicks and views. I'm like, come on, guys. Hey, guys, if you fall for that shit, then go ahead. Like, like, stop sending me other people's videos. Stop sending me these things. I don't care. I'm only focusing on the simplicity. I'm only focusing on what I know works. And that's what my next video is going to be. It's about that, right? It's just, it's about that. Because, was it John 4:48? Unless you people see signs, you won't believe. That is your awareness speaking. That is your Christ awareness speaking. And it's true. It's amazing how these books written so long ago already know how we think. Matthew 16. But who do you say I am? Christ awareness didn't give a shit what other people were saying he was. Didn't give a shit what the circumstances was. He was asking his disciples. His disciples represents different stages that we go through internally, different people that we may be embodying. But who do you say that I am? But who do you say I am? When you're feeling that fucking resistance, who do you say I am? Remind yourself of who the fuck you are. I'm one with the all and all that is. Everything flows through me and as me. And these same people that are like, you're God, you're one with God. You sure don't think like it. If you think like God, then there's no defining it. There's no can't do this. It's got to be this way. No. It's anyway. Whoever you are being, that God will mold itself in your reality to who you are. A poor God, a scared God, a powerless God, a rich God, a give no fucks God. But you guys got to have some conviction in what you're saying. Conviction. And when you feel that resistance, you're scaring the fuck out of who you used to be. That old awareness, you're scaring the fuck out of it. Because again, if you didn't feel any fucking resistance, that shit would be normal. Oh, just another day with life suckage. Just another day me being ignored, not experiencing the type of love that I wish to experience, not realizing I already am it. I already have all these possibilities within me, and I'm selecting me because I understand how reality works. It's as within, so without. That will be done on earth as it is in heaven. It's not that will be done on earth as it is on a tabloid thumbnail, using resistance as an excuse for something else. I've heard some ridiculous things, man. I've recently just heard, don't have it instead. Just want it. I'm done. I'm not watching other content. I get it now. Want. If that's the case, you just want something and not having it first. That is like, nobody would be watching manifestation content. Nobody would be watching it. You never have it, because all these certain guys that I work with look like fucking supermodels, can't get a woman's attention. They want them. How come they don't have them then? They want them. They don't have them. Must be something going on internally. They must not be in the energy of having it already, right? Using resistance as an excuse to defy all the esoteric writings, the scriptures, all the religious books, the Bhagavad Gita, the Kabbalah, every out the window, because thumbnail clickbaits. But anyway, I'm not even gonna get into that. So you got to be in the energy of having it, right? And again, if you feel resistance by having it, it's just showing you. What is it showing about you? Right? Give it a good meaning. It's showing that you decided to transform, and your world has to shift that way, and your old awareness will make you feel that way to stay exactly where you are. Because your ego mind is attached to what it's already been used to. So it'll cling on to that. But who do you say I am? The problem is you guys need proof. Stay tuned. I got a great video for you guys. All the ones that say you don't need the self-concept. This is narcissism, bro. Okay. I'm going to show you how much all that worked. Got a great video coming up. All right. So alignment. What I mean by alignment is, okay, that well-oiled machine, right? Remember, manifestations at different levels, right? Someone who's already a fucking pro, who understands who they are, who understands the I am principle, can almost dictate things like, this is done. They're not so attached to that outcome. Then there's some people who's just beginning. So what I would recommend to everyone is remind yourself who you are every morning. I do my mantras in the morning. I remind myself every fucking day, every fucking day, because why not? I'm not starting my day and checking my phone and being annoyed by something on TikTok, like, or Instagram or something, right? No. I'm a wide open sponge when I first wake up. I'm starting my day with greatness, and I'm not expecting the same day to continue to occur, because most people expect Monday to be the same, Tuesday to be the same. They can already predict how Wednesdays are gonna fucking go. That's why I say today's the best day of my life, and I'm only open to experience the best because I'm the fucking best. If we're all having our own experience, who the fuck's better than you? And if you don't understand that, you still don't understand how reality works. Right? So, and then it's as simple as this, guys, what you've been doing your whole life. It's like, whenever anything comes to mind, you immediately describe it as if it's already that way right now. Because if you're not doing that, then you're describing it most likely from a stance where you don't want it to be that way. Right? Just watch where your awareness goes on these subjects. And I don't just focus on the desire, I focus on the reality as a whole. Because that same identity within us, that separate entity attached to our old awareness, that's that voice in your head that's automatically talking shit, automatically creating a story of perception when you're interacting, like you're expecting the worst, this, it's running its mouth. That was basically created through all of those years and became you. And now it like swore an oath to protect you. And anything that goes against what you accepted as true before, you're going to feel that resistance of the opposite. Because you're challenging it. You're being different now. And it's a good thing. Right? In the beginning, you may find yourself correcting things. You might find yourself, oh shit, I'm so easy to automatically assume the worst. Well, that's just going to show you how often you expected the worst of yourself. How often you talk shit about yourself. How often you expected these people to be a certain way, which then ties into concept of self and how you expect the world to work for you and how you expect the world sees you. Right? Anytime you are hurt or bothered by something, ask yourself, what is this thing? What is this hurt showing about me? Now I understand what part of me, what part of my concept of self is not functioning properly. It's like the fucking check engine light. Okay, now maybe I should address this part of my life and give it to myself and remind myself, no, I already am this. No, I already have this. No, I've always experienced this. No, it's always been this way. Rather than fucking ignoring it and focusing on the desire, and then it's like, oh, what the fuck? It's back at blah, 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 resistance. I give up because I feel resistance. And then because I feel resistance, I've got to find a way to be lazier. This can't be. I got to find a thumbnail fucking the woo-woo shit that, oh, maybe I'll try this. Maybe I'll try wanting it instead, even though I've been doing that my whole life and I still haven't got anything. Or maybe I'll need it instead. Fuck having. Because whenever I say I have, I feel resistance because I keep giving an excuse to why I am not in alignment. So, eventually, by the way, when you keep seeing the world and perceiving things in your favor, no matter what they look like, right? That voice in your head that's doing those things and almost like manifesting things on autopilot, it's going to shift and be on your side. When I tell you guys, I don't fucking hear a voice perceiving negatively or talking shit anymore. And I was the most negative person on the fucking planet. Introverted, shy, hated talking to people. This. I was fucking invisible. I looked exactly the same. I was invisible. So a lot of people that say, "Oh, because just because you're tall and you got muscles," I was invisible before. So, it's all concept of self. How you view yourself is how the world views you. How you view yourself, how you view your own business, how you view everything that's you is how the world will see it. So stop worrying what other people think. Stop wondering how they're going to judge you. Because if you're wondering how they're going to judge you, then they're going to fucking judge you. It'll point that out to you. So there's a peace in knowing that you can select new at any fucking time. These circumstances that are in your face are your old awareness. It's you reacting to your old mirror like, it's who you used to be. It's the fact that you can't face who you used to be. A lot of you guys feel the resistance and you're just afraid of who you used to be. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's what you believe to be true being shown to you in miraculous ways by the infinite intelligence within you. And that your ego's clinging to, no, this is how it is. Right? It doesn't mean I gotta change strategy, bro. We don't adjust to out there. We remain the same. When I was going all in for things, I never expressed anything for my own self. I never looked at the world how I used to look at it. And then I got something, it was fucking great. It saved my life. But that wasn't my end. I still stayed the same. So that good thing didn't change who I was, didn't change my end. I'm like, oh, I'm this now, so I gotta adjust my story. This is it. I didn't get what I want. No, still remained the same. Then it was taken away from me. Right? Still remained the same. Then things kept flowing, and then I ended up exactly where I chose to be. I never adjusted to what was happening. I remained the same. Therefore, reality will continue to flow through you and as you. But if you think things have to go a certain way, that's when you react. That's when you spiral. That's why I say set yourselves free. And know things don't have to go the way you think. And let it go. Because you were already supposed to have it. You're already in the knowing, and everything you know to be true and that you already have, you wouldn't be aware that things have to go a certain way. This should be happening because I was being it. I was doing this. No, we're not doing it to be anything. We're not doing it for validation. The outside can't validate you. And again, that's why I say understand how reality works. It will never validate you. You will act naturally. You will be in the right place at the right time. As long as you know who to be true, the world will always show you who you are. Whatever's in the dark will be made light. It doesn't matter what you're fucking saying at the time. As long as you know what's true, that's what's going to manifest. I tell people to be mindful of what they're saying out there because 99% of the time they are identifying with what they're saying. They can't differentiate the inner from the outer, but become the observer and observe yourself. Observe that you're the fact that you are in this body, but you are not it. You are consciousness. Now, how do you expect consciousness to show you a new image? How do you expect if you're one with the all, one divine mind? I could throw some science into this. How can you expect your brain that you're one with, that your physical eyeball is only bringing in light and perceiving? Your brain is providing you with a holographic image of your perception of what you believe is currently true. It will only show you what you currently believe is only true. How do you expect it to provide you with a new image from the scientific point? How can you expect awareness to show you something different? How can you expect the I am within you? How can you expect you as the observer to choose something new? If you keep jumping from I am not, I'm resistant, something's wrong, what do I gotta do? Click thumbnail bait. What am I gonna do? This doesn't work. Let me point fingers because I'm afraid of myself. What are you gonna do? How do you expect the image to change if you can't remain who you said you were? Alignment. Your inner man, inner woman must also align with how you view the world. You can't be this internally and then look out there and perceive it differently. But who do you say I am? But what do you say I am? I don't give a shit what's out there. Caesar to Caesar, said Christ. Give Caesar to Caesar. Give the earthly shit, the 3D, the circumstance to the circumstance. God to God. One with one. Now, you stay that in alignment, then things flow. You don't need things to be a certain way. You're not going to get upset at a tiger because he has stripes, because you understand it is. You're being aware of something new now. I'm doing a new thing, says Scripture. Will you not be aware of it? Or are you going to keep consuming the lion, 3D, and allowing it to consume you? The mirror effect. Damn, I started to yell again, didn't I? I'm sorry, guys. And then, of course, like, I look forward to going within. I fucking look forward to it. Because I know it's the actual, it's the truth. I understand this is the cause. And if you understand cause and effect, you detach from 3D, right? Those 3D circumstances are going to happen anyway. The only thing that you, as the observer, have a choice to do is decide, how do I respond to this? How would this version of me that knows who I am and has what they have respond to this? I know how reality works. I know this is just the old. I know, like, if I respond to this is like me checking the weather. I wonder if it's going to fucking rain today. I check April's forecast last month instead. It says it's sunny, and then I go outside, and then I get so pissed off that it's raining on my head. I understand that I'm not changing anything, so the leopard's going to be a leopard. Why am I looking for the spots to disappear? Nothing out there validates me. I'm not being it to be validated. When you know you are it and have this, and you don't need that out there, everything just flows, guys. You just have to allow it. My ways are not your ways. Lean not on your own understanding. Do not judge by appearance. Judge with righteous judgment. I can go on all day about the manual of our minds. That's where I get my information from. I don't fucking hide anything. I'm telling you right now exactly what I do. I'm telling you guys you don't need me. I don't want you guys to need me. I've been in your fucking shoes before. So anyone out there wants to be like, oh, use people benefits from talking about self-concept. Just look at them. That's it. Okay? It's very simple, guys. You have to prioritize yourself in order for the world to see you that way. Don't take different aspects and like, oh, well, the mirror principle only works for this, but it doesn't work for this. But then you're manipulating for that. But if you talk shit against yourself, you're not manipulating this. But if you get a job, no manipulation. You didn't manipulate the person to give you the job, but you're only manipulating someone if you want to experience love. But you're not manipulating them if you perceive them as a monster, or that you accepted this, you have an unconscious fear of being treated poorly because you never addressed a concept of self. And because you never addressed the concept of self, oh, hey, yeah, I just focused on the desire and they came in, but guess what? They skedaddled again, or they're still doing the same thing, because reality is going to keep showing you the devil's cocktail of a little bit of bullshit, 2 ounces of greatness, money until you got to spend it, then you're afraid of it, so you're being double-minded with money, okay? We'll shake this up. Well, it's fucking Thirsty Thursdays, guys. Here's more of the same shit you're going through because you're not focusing on self. And then from that self, from that well-oiled machine of self, you see how the world works for you. You set intentions, understand how reality works. One oiled machine. Be indifferent to the outside. Nothing can move you emotionally, because why? Then it controls you. Why would you give your power away? John 19:11, nothing has power or authority over me unless given to you from above. Therefore, the one that hands me over to you, therefore, the one that allows something to identify us internally, is guilty of the greatest sin. Or the one that relies on a psychic, or the one that relies on a tarot. No, I have no problem with tarot psychic, but we don't fucking need you to know what our end is. We already know. Now, you could use them as maybe checkpoints, because they're just going to show you your awareness, right? They're just going to show you where you're currently, your current state of awareness. You can use it as a checkpoint, but you don't need to, because you decide everything. Everything's coming from you. You've done it your whole life. And what I'm telling you right now is what you've done your whole life. So make it natural. Make it natural. You don't have to sound like you're reading books from 1912, right? I've read Joseph Murphy. I don't fucking speak like him. Completely fucking different. I speak like me. I speak with conviction, because conviction is knowing, it's emotion. You guys want to be like, oh, we're God, but then you're so like timid when you say things. I'm this, I'm this. I just don't feel it. But who do you say I am? Doesn't matter. Stop thinking you need feelings. Stop thinking feelings dictate you. Again, that's John 19:11 violation. You're giving your power away to the feeling that you are not. Give it to yourself internally and return there. And for the experience, not to make something happen, because everything is happening all at once. Don't allow the linear time illusion to dictate who you are and that there's separation. If you have an importance on something, it keeps you separate, because everything is the same to the infinite. All these easy things that come in for some of you guys, you just think of it, oh my God, it's there. Why? Because you're heard the first time. The only thing you need to convince, the only thing you need repetition for is your ego mind to shut it up, right? But you're heard the first time. One time with conviction, one time with indifference, one emotional event is all it takes to have it within you. And whatever's in your awareness, it'll pop up. So you got to take the importance away. How do I take the importance away? Putting yourself on the pedestal. When you're on the pedestal and you know you're the fucking sun and everything orbits around you because you're only having your own experience, then you're functioning from your true nature as all that is. Then you'll be magnetic like flies to ship. People come out of the woodwork. X is coming out of nowhere. New people coming in. They're gravitating towards you. Because look at yourself like a fucking mosquito lamp. When you're down in the dumps and you're like, oh shit, this doesn't work. Let me just focus on the thing because I need that thing. Your light is so fucking dim. Your light is so dim. But when you build yourself up, that light gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And all of a sudden, all the flies, all the mosquitoes and the moths, like moth to a flame's coming. Oh my God, who's this? Everything, opportunities coming your way. And then with intent, you automatically know and assume this is happening for you because you're the only one in control. So you give it to yourself. You keep going at yourself. And then you're going to feel like you don't really need it anymore. And then when you don't need something, it comes in. Right? It's like you just set intentions. You start to care less, which is the same energy as knowing. I've said like on my older videos, not giving a fuck is the same energy as knowing, because when you know something to be true, you don't really give a fuck. You don't really sit there and think about it all day. So when I say whenever anything comes to mind, immediately describe it as if it's already the way you would like it to be, and then go about your day. The go about your day part is, continue to be present. Focus on you. Because that shows it being normal. It's normal. I have this thing. It's normal for me. My inner dialogue is normal. I talk as if I already am. I speak as if I already am. I assume as if I already am. I look at the world as if I already am. Why? Who do you say I am? That's all that matters. What do you say those things mean to you? Because they can only show you who you think you are. What you think is happening. What you think they think. Because you're always shifting. You're not changing anything. And then you better fall asleep in greatness just the same way you wake up in greatness. There's no lack. Lack is a fucking illusion. And finally, there is no failure. You don't fail. You know why people fuck up? Because they decided they failed. They decided they fucked up. They decided that breadcrumb was the end. Then they had to experience the polaric swing when nothing came out of it because they got so excited at something that we're already supposed to have. I mean, you can enjoy it, guys, but don't allow something so much to move your internal being that if it was taken away, you'd fucking dig a hole for yourself. But that little breadcrumb, that's it. Like if I got like that random 6-figure job that I never applied for, if I ended it there, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, oh, this is it, I'm good. No, I still stay the same, right? If I'm trying to get a person and they come in and they're being super nice, I'm still the same. I'm not like, oh, now I can sit there and perceive them again and wonder how and analyze how they're behaving and almost by default, because I never addressed my concept of self, I'm going to start thinking the same way and wondering things, and then they're just going to go back how they used to behave. Because you were the fucking queen, the goddess, so you were the fucking man, the king, and who only experienced love a certain way, who was loved and adored, cherished, the fucking man. And then when you got a little bit of him, you return to the old you because you never addressed concept of self and how the world works for you and how you experience relationships. Right? No, you stay in the end to you actually experiencing what you said was true. Because it is true and everything's unfolding. You just guys got to stick with it. And sometimes you guys perceive something as bad. I failed. No. You failed because you said you did. Everything is neutral. To the infinite, everything is the same. There is no bad good to the infinite. So as things materialize through you and as you witness bits and pieces of your old awareness coming in, you be like, oh no, this doesn't work. I fucked up. This happened. You fucked up because you said you fucked up. You decided that was your end. You decided you failed. You got to stick with it. You know how many people, and that's going to be my next video, of course, were shown failures, were shown denials, but they stayed the same. And all of a sudden they were contacted. Things came in, they got offered something better, even more money, or, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, it's this. Oh, this. Oh, this. Oh, this. Oh, Eric, YouTube. YouTube said you can't you violate the guidelines. You swear. You drink whiskey. You do all these things. I said, nope, I'm monetized. I don't give a shit. Hit the fucking button again. 6 times. Didn't change who I was. And all of a sudden they said, welcome, welcome. There's no logic to this shit, guys. I've seen it all. I've heard it all. Bullet wounds. Fucking people coming from near death. Fucking cancerous tumors. Complete mental illness gone. Not from saying I want mental clarity. That didn't fucking work. No, they became the person who already had it. They took the power away of awareness. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. To those that have, more is given. To those that don't have, what they have is taken away. It's talking about the inner. That's what I'm going to follow. That's what I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow what fucking worked for me. And I don't give a shit what's out there. All right? So, you guys can listen to me. You don't have to listen to me. You can work with me. You don't have to work with me. Right? You can come for the entertainment. Come for the entertainment. Remember, whatever you say works. Whatever you say doesn't work, doesn't work. You are always right. You will always, always be right. So ask yourself what's coming out of your fucking mouth. When you're writing a fucking comment, blah, 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 you're right. You're right. This doesn't work. Blah, 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 you're right. Get in alignment. Get in alignment. Stop giving resistance. Stop using resistance as an excuse to not face who you used to be. And once you face who you used to be, and you're no longer afraid of your own fucking shadow, the victory and the glory. Speaking of that, victory, glory, part 2, coming soon, guys. I love you all. I know you're having a great day. Even the people that are in here watching me, they're like angry. Oh, this guy. You can't manifest for loving yourself, being the fucking man. You don't have to. Anyway, I know you're having a great day, but just in case, I'll assume it to be great anyway.